not gonna stay for a long time today because I wanna get to I wanna make the minimal visualization possible, and then deploy everything, and then make the launch video. So that kind of stuff I wanna do off stream. And if you're watching this, I would appreciate if you click the link on the description. Is the first link. I need 10 people to use it, and like obviously now there's nothing you can do. The only thing you can do is just click the button, but like just if you click the link and interact with the website and maybe give me some feedback, that would be great. So I can know what can I improve or other ideas that people might have. Yeah. And this is the link I posted on the description. So I set up the Google Analytics yesterday, and also changed a little bit to be able to make the normal HTTP requests instead of using the WebSocket. And then I had a problem with Flask with the core's origin because I'm sending the request from the localhost 3000 and it's receiving from 5000, so it's different origins. And whenever that happens, there's a problem with Flask. And I guess many other frameworks that they don't allow that for security reasons, I think. So you need to use this library here. And then the library wasn't working because I forgot that I changed the folders of the project, and then I copied the VM from the other folder. So it was working, it was executing, but it was using the old VM, I think, from the other project instead of using the one that I had here. And I didn't realize that. So when I installed this library here, it wasn't working. So I spent a bunch of time trying to understand what was going on. But then now I figured out, and it seems to be working. So what I have to do now, I think what I'm gonna do is, instead of allowing people to visualize the script now, is just to do the simplest thing that I can, which I think is just send the AST back. So I'm gonna put this stuff here. And there's another, maybe we do it in this library, in this file. Just pass the code here and then return the parsed. So return failed if it failed, and then if it doesn't, I return parsed. But it's actually not going to be parsed, it's going to be parse.dump, I think, or something like that. I should see on ChatGPT. But I just want to allow the execution of simple scripts. And yeah. Just so like people can write some stuff and then see like something after executing. So here, instead of doing this, I think I'll just copy the stuff that I was doing here. And then instead of using the sockets, I do the return. I should see how to send the response. I think just the return statement should send a response. Or I can use this JSONify, I think. So I have to see. I think I'm gonna put some music. I think I would have to set the I will have to use context and then set this stuff here on this page instead of setting on the fiber graph. We'll use this thing here. Yeah, let's test to see if this works. Still receiving undefined. I think I have to wait for the response maybe. I don't think I wanna do. Like I wanna use the least amount of libraries as possible. The other thing that I was thinking about, but I'm gonna have to. The problem is that like there isn't a lot of time to until the demo day. That's the issue. But I think I wanna spend some time studying this AST because I think it could be very interesting. Because what I am thinking about doing at some point is to like parse the code and show like the syntax of everything, like go over the files and the functions in the projects, and then like create a visualization out of the structure of the project instead of just the execution. So like I'm gonna have several different modes, I think, of different things, different stuff you can visualize from software and the scripts. And I think this probably would be very useful to build that, I think. There might be other stuff as well, but I don't know how it works really well yet. Like the other idea that I had for a long time, but it's very hard to do, but maybe I can start manually for each language, is to create the, and I think I tried this in the past, the stuff that I was gonna do with, but I was trying to scrape the documentation from Free Code Camp to get all the information from the documentation from different languages. And then like the idea was to create like a tree representation, like an abstract syntax tree of all of the programming languages and then like overlap them into graphs and then like highlight the parts of the syntax that are the same on multiple different languages. So like the idea that I have is to be able to, for example, here, instead of clicking execute, you would select like different languages that you want to see. And instead of having the IDE, maybe I put this on another page. You just select the languages and then you press execute and then it creates a graph that shows like the syntax of both of them. And then the colors of the nodes indicates what parts of the syntax are similar from both of them. And then maybe like in the future, but this would be very hard to do because you would have to understand like either how the compiler or the interpreter works on the language to know like how it works under the hood because the key question and the part that is very hard since the beginning, like I think for everyone to know how to program, is not the syntax, is what are the fundamental trade-offs that each language does and why they are different. Like what's the reason between making multiple different programming languages if at the end of the day everything is going to be machine code at some point. So it's always going to be the same. So the differences are in the way that the trade-offs become the way that the trade-offs work and become the syntax that is different on all of the languages. So the syntax doesn't matter, obviously. The thing that is fundamental is how they are choosing to optimize for specific things and what is happening in the memory, I think. So if you had a graph that would allow you to see what is fundamental from all of the languages and how they differ, and then what is just a syntax choice, that would help a lot to understand like how everything works. But it's very difficult to build, I think. It probably will take a lot of time if I decide to do that. So I think here maybe I have to put then. I'm just gonna put the response first. Okay, so I'm receiving a response. Let's see. I don't remember really well if I should put here or inside the response. Like another then statement or an await to get the data. Maybe I just want to return something that will allow me to make at least a couple of nodes and then connect the nodes with the edges. The problem is I think that returning this is just gonna return the code itself. It's not gonna be like anything interesting. But at least I would have something to return, so I can use to make the visualization. Because the issue is the way that I defined a user is someone that goes into the site and puts a script and visualizes their script. So if the functionality is not doesn't work, then like what's the point of launching? Maybe one thing that I can do for now is just like instead of I was gonna say like I can make it so that instead of people putting their code, they put their import statements, and then like I create some scripts using the import statements in the backend, and then I have the stack frames from those scripts, and I send those stack frames back as a visualization depending on what import module they are doing. But the issue is that I would have to run like some sort of script, wouldn't be able to just show the visualization of the module itself and how everything's connected, because I don't have the code already, or the code yet to show. Oh, I have an idea. I'm just gonna create a list here, so I don't have to use this library. I think you can do the dump, and then st dump, and then the node, and then pass the node to the append the node to the string through the list, and then return the list. Like I wanna post, the thing is that I wanna post a video, I think I wanna post one video on this channel, one on the other one, and one on Twitter and one on TikTok. I'm gonna post those videos. I'm gonna make the same video, like try to make it as short as possible, just showing what it does. And then I want to post these videos as soon as possible so that it has like I have more time of people watching. So until tomorrow. So like I already have the Google Analytics so that I can like take the picture of the Google Analytics and all of the other stuff. But at the same time, I don't want to do it now because I don't have the... Like, there's nothing that is gonna show up if you put like a simple... I want to be able to at least make it so that if you put a simple script there, it shows something. Maybe we can ask for ideas for ChatGPT. Let's see what it can come up with. That's exactly what I'm trying to do. Oh, I think I remember that. Like, I think Vivax helped me with this. Like the first time that I did this, Vivax is someone that was viewing the stream on Twitch, and then he helped me build something that allows you to visualize like the import system in Python. Maybe I can do that actually. Maybe I still have the code here somewhere on how to do that. I think that's a good idea in the beginning. I think it was this one. Because this one is safe because it doesn't like execute anything. It just checks for the libraries, I think. Oh, I think this is one I did, actually, when I was trying to make the folder tree visualization thing. It's not the one that I was looking for. Yeah. And I think this only shows the ones that it has here. Doesn't make sense. What's that thing? I think I might have deleted or lost. Just see if this works. I think I would have to import a bunch of different libraries as well, but I think I'm gonna have to do this anyway. Something went wrong. I think I have to do JSON.loads maybe. But that doesn't make sense. Yeah, maybe it does actually. I think that's the problem. No, so it was work. Weird. Yeah, it's just gonna print this. Hey, Isabelle. What's up? Nice. I think I can see. Weird. think if I remember correctly, the first time I was using, or he used the sys library to get the, but I don't remember really well. The problem is that if I want to implement the way that it was before, it's going to take a long time because I'm going to have to read all of the documentation, then remember everything that he did there. Because I didn't do the script, he did it. I think I can just try to put this code there and see what inputs or output that it gives. Like, I think this should be relatively easy to do, like, and it would be interesting. So I download a bunch of libraries and then I allow people to see, like, from the libraries that they import there, all of the dependencies of those libraries, like all the libraries that are being used inside of that library. But I think that requires to know how I think it's frozen import lib or something like that, from like the import system in Python. I think it puts the stuff on the sys module somewhere, and then that's how it imports everything, and then you can see how it works, but I don't remember really well how it works. But this doesn't solve anything. Or maybe it would. Because I don't know what this library does. So let's see what happens. Hmm. Like the weird thing is that it's printing this part, not printing this one. It goes directly here. So it must be because of this thing, but... Oh, maybe I should send the dependencies. Oh. And the thing is that this is not giving anything. Maybe this is a waste of time. Maybe I should go the other route. It's kind of hard to decide. Yeah, so it must be failing here. But if it's not serializable, it means that if it's failing here, that's the weird thing. And it is printing here. Yeah, so I guess this is an object, but it shouldn't be. That's the thing. Oh no, it's a sat. I'm returning a sat. That's why. This doesn't do what I want it to do. I should go back to the old videos that I had. Try to remember. I think I lost the code at some point. I think I'm gonna go watch or try to find the previous videos. This is a long time ago. No, this was the source code. Because the thing is, I think I had the full... I think this is the one. But I have to see where, at which point it is. It's this path. I think it was this one. And somewhere here I need to find the code that I was using. Over here I already had the graph. Maybe I have on GitHub some repository that I made. And I think it's unlikely that I pushed this in the past. Because the thing is, if I can get that code, then it is a lot easier, because all I have to do is just get the file, and then I'm gonna modify the file a little bit. Just send the data instead of creating the graph. And then that would be perfect, I think. I think I don't have it. Don't have it. Yeah, this is the one. just gonna copy everything until I have the whole thing, and then I'm gonna modify this so that instead of making the visualization, it returns a list with all of the things. Then I return this list in the response, and then from there, like, it's gonna create the graph automatically because I already have the other part of the code. The problem is I'm gonna have to catch the times in these videos that I look into different parts of that file. I can also use this inspect library to get information as well. Forgot about this one. I think I'm gonna do this off stream. This doesn't make a lot of sense to stream. But what I'm gonna do is just watch these videos that I had in the past and what they allow you to do. The script, I'm gonna reconstruct the script. What the script allows you to do is just to see all of the libraries and packages that are used when you import a library. So for example, let's say you import import Flask. Flask imports all of these different libraries here, and then all of these libraries are going to import more libraries. So what the thing does is shows like everything that is connected, all the libraries and how they are connected, the dependencies. So what I'm going to try to do is reconstruct that from the stuff that Vivax did and that I was using in the past. Then I'm going to put this here, and then I'm going to modify so that it doesn't create the graph. It just puts everything on a list, and then I return the list on the response. And then after I return the list, I'm just going to set the nodes and the edges based on the list here on this function. And then I'm going to change the other functions here so that it doesn't use the socket. It uses the HTTP, normal HTTP request, because the socket is not going to work on the deployed version. And I think the easiest thing to do right now is just choose the deployed version that I already have, because just to update, I just have to push the changes to the repo and then deploy again. Is very easy. And I think it's going to work with the HTTP request. And then after I do that, then I'm going to make the video for the launching and then post the video on social media. So yeah, I'm gonna do all this stuff off stream, probably come back tomorrow to continue to work on this. So